Stay ahead of the curve and get updates on the latest trends in politics, government, policies, education, economy, social development, amongst others.
We are happy to announce today that both the federal government and the organized labor have agreed on an increase on the 62,000 naira minimum wage.
Join
Ayodiji Ajishokwe
and
Adedamola LAFFEY
on from the dailies every weekday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on Solutions 93.9 FM as they dive into the headlines with in-depth analysis and feedback from you on different stories from the national dailies. Start your day by gaining fresh perspectives, uncovering the story behind the story, and join the conversation. Because your voice matters. From the dailies, the conversation never stops.
All right, it's 9:30 on Solutions 93.9 FM. And truly, on from the dailies, the conversation never stops. It's another beautiful Monday morning in the big and beautiful city of Ibadan. My name is Adedamola LAFFEY. With so much excitement, I welcome you to From the Dailies, the program where we get to take you through the trending stories in some of today's national dailies. I've got Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe in the studio with me this morning as well. A beautiful morning to you, Comrade Ayodeji.
It's a beautiful morning to you, my dear comrade brother. It's another Monday morning, and of course, we are excited to be here.
Definitely.
And grateful too.
Grateful too, of course, grateful to God for the life. All right, looking at the stories we have this morning, I have about 4 newspapers. I've got the Nigerian Tribune, I've got the Guardian newspaper, I've got the Punch newspaper, and of course, the Nigerian Tribune. Looking at the Nigerian Tribune this morning, I mean, the local government election, which was held in Rivers State over the weekend, takes the center stage on of actually all the papers this morning. And some papers are talking about the new local government chairman being sworn in by Governor Simi Fubara of Rivers State. Taking an account of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, the biggest story, of course, on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune says, New Rivers begins from now, Fubara. And riders under that caption, we have this one saying, swears in 23 newly elected LG chairmen, charges them to be servant leaders, alleges people being mobilized per political units to attack chairmen at council secretariat, and still taking the riders, warns against violence, wants LG bosses to be patient, calculative. AP wins 314 councillorship seats. Rivers people's right to choose leaders upheld. Article. That story is found on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Moving away from that, APC to Tinubu locate headquarters of proposed Southwest Development Commission in Ibadan. NDLEA arrest Canadian lady at Lagos Airport, intercept 9 billion naira worth opioid in Rivers. Okay, page 24 has that story. Customs acquire aircraft for surveillance. Page 8. Osun to launch CFO in 45 days. Page 2. Why we floated the Naira, CBN governor. 2 riders under that gives a scorecard after 1 year in office. Mops up 1.335 trillion naira as money supply hits 107.1 trillion naira. That story is found on page 6. And still looking at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, that's a beautiful Monday morning. INEC registers 58,708 new voters. Ondo Rec, Babalola. Commission set to distribute PVCs. That story is found on page 23. Experts decry low oil revenues to Federation. Seek review of PIA. And the last one I'll be taking on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune says, Ondo flood victims count losses. Appeal for help. Let's move away from the Nigerian Tribune. Let's take a look at the Vanguard newspaper now. Looking at the Vanguard newspaper, the biggest story on the front page says LG polls PDP has lost Rivers, BOT chair, Wabara laments. And there are so many riders under that caption. Says party rocked its own boat, ignored warnings. We have uncovered plans to unleash violence on local government headquarters. Fubara swears in 23 council chairman, councillor says, I am still in PDP. Atiku hails Rivers people. Fubara for rejecting intimidation. Minima hails Rivers governor over successful LG poll. APP dedicates victory to Rivers people. Stop usurping president's power. CTC chairman wants. Commends Fubara for peaceful polls. Those are stories found on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this Monday morning. Shock as banks record huge profit amidst gloomy economy. Page 22 has that story. And moving away from the Vanguard newspaper, let's take a look at the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper giving its account on the Rivers election. It says Rivers crisis, Wike camp heads for court as Fubara swears in LG chairman. APC PDP factions vow legal battle as governor. Atiku others counsel LG chiefs on residents' welfare. Moving away from the Rivers election, now tariff hike, Disco's revenue jumps to 887 billion naira. Page 36 has that story. 2027, LP welcomes Kwanso's offer to be Obi's running mate. We'll definitely talk about this in the course of the program. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper has that story. Abba Moro tackles Aliyah as APC sweeps Benue LG seats. I trafficked drug to pay my MSc fees. Canadian suspect. Pages 4 and 5 have that story. And the last one from the front page of the Punch newspaper, Nigeria's debt servicing soars to 6 trillion naira, says CBN report. And to look at the last newspaper I have with me this morning, that is the Guardian newspaper. Concerns over Naira's fair value after CBN's $2 billion lifeline. NNPCL withholds $11.3 billion, remits only $2.3 billion to Federation amid PIA flaws. Fubara swears in chairman, APC upsets Benue, PDP shines in Akwa Ibom. Stop bringing ill-gotten money as offerings, Mwoka wants. That story is found on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper. It's a convenient time to now look to the side of Comrade Aodeji Achope to get his perspective on the various stories on the papers this morning. Now, starting with the Rivers election, there were so many things that came up before the election, so many, different court rulings. We had a particular court ruling saying that barring the Nigerian police officials to provide security for that election. And even on the election day, so many things played out. There was it was in the news that a particular group of the Nigerian police officials went to the INEC office in Rivers State that early morning, and Governor Fubara too was at the venue. Let's take a listen at what happened at the venue on that fateful Saturday morning before the election.
We came here this morning when we heard that according to what they call themselves, Nigeria police are coming to take over the premises of Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. And I had to come myself to find out why would such a thing happen. From what I heard, that one DC operation brought them here to withdraw the policemen that are already here protecting this place, so that new officers will take over the place. But I have to say this on a very strong note. We've been taking enough nonsense from this institution. Everybody is aware of the court judgment, and even the judgment as they call it, the ruling. Did the ruling specify anywhere that election should not hold? He said, don't give voters register. What are we doing with it? Okay, police, don't provide security. Don't provide security. Is this the same thing as blocking the election? I don't know what the relationship between Inspector General of Police and one person who claims he has so much power in this state. I don't know the relationship, because it's beginning to go beyond the normal professional relationship. I said the government wrote a letter with the judgment that we have to him, and what he's acting on is what he called the federal government, the judgment he got from the Federal High Court. Even at that, if we should go by that, the judgment in the Federal High Court, did he say election should be bad? LAFFEY, that justice that gave that fraudulent judgment, did he say no election? Rather, it technically said don't provide. We don't need your security. We will provide our own security. After all, it happened in Anambra. Go and work with your security. But this election must hold. If you like whatever it is you want to do, do it. The election will hold, result will be declared. People will be sworn. I say it here. What kind of a country is it? And when it comes to the issue of River State, it becomes different. You're not ashamed of yourself. You call yourself Inspector General of Police.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I will be here. In fact, if I go back and I hear anybody, I will come here. This is my property. And you don't have any power whatsoever to bar me from entering it. Yes. Just try it. That part of your history as a very wicked and fraudulent Inspector General of Police will include shooting Fubara. Yes. I think I've given you enough respect. Well, let me say it to all Rivers indigents. Everyone residing in River State, election will hold. Yes. Yes. Election will hold. Yes. Anything that wants to happen, let it happen.
All other states did, yes. We are here.
I don't understand.
I'm not going anywhere. Let it fear anybody. We are here. All other states did, yes.
All right, Governor Siminalaye Fubara of River State spitting fire there, daring the Nigerian police and the IGP that nothing could be done to stop the election. Now, personally, I told you off the mic a while ago that I never expected Simi Fubara to be this gutted. I mean, having this so much gut these days. I mean, he's been able to stand on his feet and hold and shake and be in control of that state. What do you make out of that statement and the role the Nigerian police tried to play before the election?
I will take the role of the police first.
Okay.
You see, I don't understand some of these things. I read in the newspapers that a federal high court in Abuja has granted, has restrained two things. INEC from releasing
the register.
Voter
register.
Two, ordering the police to stay away from providing security for the election processes. Number one, is there actually any legal provision that the voters register for this local government elections must come from INEC? It's only a matter of, okay, you have it. Why stress ourselves? Let's have it. Do they even need voter? Does the law say there must be a voters register before elections are conducted? Really? You want to vote? I think you are not underage. Vote. You understand? It's the only important thing is that who are you vote? You understand? That's number one. Don't give voters register. Number two, you say as a police should not provide security for the elections. I think such a judge must be investigated.
I mean, why would such judgment even come from a court?
And the question is this: what is the constitutional role of the police to maintain law and order and secure lives and properties? And you are now giving an order that the police must not secure lives and property and secure public order. You understand? That is the only interpretation of the order of that judge. That police must not provide security, and ensure public order. That is the only interpretation. That is a federal high court, any court whatsoever, even if it were a magistrate court, even below a magistrate court. And that is what such a judge, there must be a petition because that's the only interpretation.
Rabbi, that was why Fubara made the statement that it's a fraudulent judgment from a judge.
Yeah, well, the man emotions are high, and they were high, and they are still very high. And what did we see? We see the people of Rivers conduct themselves in an orderly manner, except in a few locations. Obiapo, the local government where Fubara, Yenson Wiki comes from. I mean, the reports are there. I mean, you can't hide what happened. And you see, this was a local government election, local to the people. And if there was no, substantial disruption of violence, that means the people, because the people can come out and disrupt things, that means the people look like they are in tune with what is happening locally. They see politics is local. And then you see, I've always referenced Bruno. Any man that is worth to be called a dignified character. I've always said it on this platform that that man, Yenson Wike, is an abrasive, rude, and crude, I do not want to use the third word, character. And this is a man that is trained as a lawyer. I mean, LLB. And they went to the law school. They don't only teach them how to, about law in the law school. They teach them how to comportment and everything. And this is a man, but you see, I don't know, it is not nice at all. The man has conducted, Rivers State has conducted elections.
But my concern is that I'm still looking at the court judgment now. The judgment is saying that INEC should not release the voter.
What has INEC voters?
And another one. Now, this election, local government, I believe it's constitutional in the sense that there was a judgment from the Supreme Court ordering all states to ensure that they conduct local government election.
Well, they cannot, you see.
So that kind of judgment coming from that justice now, is it not going against?
Well, he only gave deadline. You see these things that comes from some of our courts. How can you order local governors to conduct? Look, the constitutional provisions that everything regarding local government is under the control of. It is a constitutional provision, and the words that were used shall. I spoke to a professor of constitutional law on Friday regarding this. He said, mark the word, shall, and he even faulted the judgment given by the Supreme Court regarding the local government autonomy and the financial autonomy. That how could the panel of the Supreme Court disregard the constitutional provision of money shall be deposited into a joint account and give a judgment that goes contrary to that. But yes, it was, and the strange thing, the man told me that a weak panel was deliberately put together. If it was to be a panel of self-opinionated judges, it wouldn't have gone that way. Yes, people's sentiment favors it, but what is the danger to our constitutional processes? You see, we should not look for short-term gains, you understand, and endanger. People are not clamoring. take conduct of elections away from state, take it to the federal. Imagine if this was under the control of the federal, and then there's a conflict between the governor, somebody who has been governor, and then somebody who is governor and wants to continue to be governor. Do you call that remote control, or what do you call that? Look at Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulu. And what do you call this guy? The vice president now, Shetima. He was governor for 8 years. He looked around and he saw in Babagana Zulu that is the hallmark of leadership. Anybody that calls himself a leader and cannot identify another potential leader and make sure, is in line of stock. Anybody that calls himself a leader that cannot groom another leader is not a leader. Babagana Zulu was identified by Shetima.
Kashim Shetima.
And Kashim Shetima went to the Senate and stayed away
from the state.
He stayed away.
He stayed away completely from the state affair.
Completely. So much so that it is being said that
was quite honorable of him.
It's a very rare thing. When it's an issue of character. And because of that, they said Tinubu wanted Babagana Zulu as vice presidential candidate. But the man insisted that no, he was not going to do it. Because of his boss. That if they must go and get the man's written approval, not that Shetima said, will he have respected him? Will he have honored Shetima like that? If Shetima was a no-spoken and meddlesome former deputy governor, would he? You understand? People should be dignified.
Now, let's look at the man for Barra now.
Structure.
Before we are still coming to that structure now. Let's look at the man for Barra. Like I said, I didn't see him coming this tough.
Yes,
He looked like a timid individual.
When you are trained as a civil servant, you hear the name now, civil servant. Those words put together are not civil. Under whatever circumstance or whatever provocation, you remain civil. The Metropolitan Police in London, until they put you in jail, they will say, "Excuse me, sir, will you please step aside? Will you please do this, sir?" Until they lock you up, sir. That's what they will be. The Metropolitan Police in London will be telling you. Civility. Do you see any sign of civility in what do you call that one? Wiki? A trained lawyer, far.
Now, talking about the Wiki structure with this election, now, there are speculations that the Wiki structure in River State has been pulled down.
It is not true. Nobody should deceive themselves. Nobody should think that it is over. It is not over. It is not over. I think this is a dent on what is perceived, has been perceived for long as federal might. That thing makes me have good, and it has been around a long time.
Yeah, for many years.
Federal might. A cousin of mine, he took sides in 2015. He took sides in 2015 because of what he perceived as federal might. But of course, it is not everybody that will deploy what the so-called federal might, because it might come. Because look at the way this went. Elections were held. There must be we must obey the law. You don't give INEC register to them. Why? What is the reason? Is there any case in court is there any court order or whatever that they are flouting? You just say don't give. Why?
Without any reason.
And is it mandatory that the State Electoral Commission must use INEC register? And the generator is because of the logistics that they don't want to. If there's an existing register, why should we stress ourselves? You understand? And who says does the law say they require a register? Does the law prescribe a register? Maybe you do your own thing as you like. Anybody that I believe you are not less than 18. Oh, you take a lot of people and vote. Maybe it's ballot paper they are going to count. Abi? This is not ballot paper. Now. Look, we will see. Watch election has started in the United States as we speak. Watch elections is it November 6th or so? That elections will be coming up just about a month from now. People will just elections hold in schools, in supermarkets. You just go and cast your ballot. You just go and cast your ballot. So
Now,
it's not over. It's not over for Fubara.
Okay, now,
but he has won a critical, I won't call it major, a critical battle.
Now, the election has come and gone in River State,
Yeah.
with the APP clearing virtually all the seats, about 22 seats out of 23
Yeah.
local governments now. Now, looking at the account of the Vanguard newspaper this morning, LG polls, PDP has lost to River State. Do we say PDP has lost River State? Because the BOT chair has said this, and Wabara, Adolphus Wabara, laments this situation, saying that the party rocked its own boat. Do we now say that truly PDP has lost that state? Because as we speak, Fubara, the governor, the sitting governor of River State, is still claiming to be a member of the PDP. Let's take a listen at what he said during the swearing in of the new local government chairman.
I want to assure you that I still remain a member of PDP. But the truth remains, desperate situation requires desperate measures. We were confronted with a situation where the local government of this state was heading to do. And the truth about it is, because of the genuine love that we have for this state, we must salvage the local government council. And what we did with the support of the Rivers people was to salvage the local government council.
Yeah, that was Simi Fubara saying that during the swearing-in ceremony of the new local government, still claiming that he is a member of the PDP, but voila, APP has cleared all the local government seats.
Yes, he will have to. You know, this is elections, and it is critical that you have something sustainable on ground. He's not going to leave PDP. He has the support of his fellow governors. Why must he run? It is not time to jump yet. Let him stay there. Let them wait so that, you know, people will say, look, this will cause what? And then the funny thing is that we want to straddle both APC and PDP. You understand? That Okocha that is shouting from APC is a wicked man. He has gotten him an appointment. He's the chairman, acting chairman of APC now. And they even, from my own little knowledge of security, they even bombed APC secretariat. Why did they bomb the gate? Why didn't they bomb the main building? Why was it the gate that they bombed? That looks funny. I can I come to you? I want to attack you. Why should I come to you and I'm attacking the gate?
And leave.
And leave. Why not bomb the main house? I mean, that looks funny. That looks like an inside job.
It looks like a setup.
This looks like an inside job, a setup. I mean, so and they are under attack, they're under siege. Come on. I mean, that's too pedestrian. I mean, when you want to do that. Now, this guy he will stay in PDP. He needs, you know, the man is curing, sympathy and favor now. And Wike will be working, at least based on what is happening now. He's likely to work for a Tinubu second term. Likely, there is no certainty, you know, understand? If the dynamics change, he will change his own dynamics and operational style too. But at least he is working, you know, for the president. And he wants to control the two parties. He wants to control the entire Rivers. That is his ace. That is what makes him relevant there.
Now, looking at the election proper, because so much to talk about on the local government election in River State. Now, do we say that election was free and fair and credible? Because look at the party that cleared all the seats, virtually all the seats now. APP, this is a party that has just been put together few months and clearing all the seats. This is why some people will say that I will begin to question the credibility of this so-called local government election, knowing fully that, knowing so well that there was another local government election in Benue State where the APC cleared all the seats.
Yes, I was on a program with somebody on Saturday morning, and he was telling me that voting had started. He was calling for a record. He was giving me updates from Port Harcourt and environs, but we do not have a comprehensive report yet. Those who are on ground, reports will be issued. There are, major pillars by which you measure election outcome. What, how many people are registered to vote? What is the percentage of the turnout? And then, the supply of ballot papers and all of that. We need to have a big picture. If the elections went smoothly regarding what we have by the records, then at least for now, we have to keep accurate based on what we saw on the what do you call it, the outcome. Yes.
Okay. Moving away from that story now, let's look into other stories now. Right, it's a minute past 10, still on Solutions FM 93.9, and this is from the dailies. Still talking politics on the papers this morning. On one of the papers this morning, we have this one saying that 2027 LP welcomes Kwankwanso's offer to be Obi's running mate. I mean, I saw the clip of Kwankwanso saying that he wouldn't mind being the running mate for Peter Obi come 2027. What do you make out of that? Do you see how formidable would that team be when we talk about 2027?
I think the Obi magic lost its thunder. You cannot reenact what happened in 2023. They know, everybody knows. You cannot reenact what happened in 2023 in favor of Obi. The Obi magic lost its thunder. If they had done that in 2023, believe you me, even the North will have looked in the direction of.
But you always say that 24 hours is too big.
Yeah.
When it comes to election, I mean, things can change in the next.
Things can change, but the dynamics. What factors?
This is 2024. We are still talking about.
Yes, I know.
Maybe 3 years from now.
What factors? What factors worked in favor? The religious factor. It was a critical factor. The religious factor worked in favor of the Obi. It was Obi. It was nothing. It has nothing to do with Ahmed Dati or whatever the vice president. It had nothing, absolutely nothing to do. It was a singular factor. Obi, the religious factor. You saw where he got his votes from. Benue, Plateau. What do you call that state? Benue, Plateau, yes, and some northeast states. And then the dynamics of worked in Lagos too. The factor of youth. Three things work in Lagos. Youth vote. Of course, the continuation of the NSAS. In Lagos, continuation of the NSAS, the Igbo factor, and the Christian religious factor too. It worked. You saw the magic in the southeast. 90%, 92%. I mean, where do you get kind of margin, 90-something%? Just go and check the entire voting pattern. So that you cannot reenact that magic again at that level in 2027 in favor of Obi. Where is the LP? Where is the LP today? The LP is I don't want the LP is.
Are you saying that based on the party LP? What if they contest on the platform of another party? That team, Obi, Kwankwanso, how formidable would that team be? Are you looking at it from the state of the Labour Party at the moment, or the individuals involved?
Okay, let's assume they go on the platform of PDP. Let's assume. Like they say, assume without conceding. I don't know why you want to assume without conceding. Now, let's say they go on the platform of PDP. There is a structure, you understand? Will Atiku be willing? That has been his life ambition, sole life ambition, to be president. Will they want to concede? Will he want to concede? Will he still not run for presidency? All he's doing now, he's not retired. He's neither tired nor retired. He's been consistent in his visibility, and it can only be for one thing. Of course, to make his visibility, proper, and weaken, the APC and the Tinubu administration. To what end? To support another person. That would be great if he does. You understand? That would be great. That would be great. And it will be great.
But even talking about the party PDP too, PDP is in crisis at the moment too.
You see, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu alone.
Because something must have led Fubara to instruct his men to go and contest on the APP.
Yeah. They were not okay. Look, why engage in controversy?
So if the party was in good, is in tandem with each other, I mean, what would have prompted it?
The party structure in Rivers is in the hands of Wike. The National Working Committee of the PDP endorsed what Wike and his people did. The congresses that held, they endorsed it. So why use a platform that is controversial? Why use, and then you risk legal entanglement?
No wonder Atiku was commending what Fubara did over the weekend.
Of course, anything Wike does, Atiku will be on the other side of it.
That means there's a major split in that party.
Certainly. You see, when you do something positive, no doubt, Wike worked for the party, sustained the party. But when Atiku lost the election in 2019, Atiku simply walked away. He was virtually living in, where do you call it, UAE. You understand? It was Wike that held the party together. It was Wike financing the party. And of course, with his eye. It wasn't doing it for the one Yoruba was calling to real alone. He was doing it with his eye on the ticket. And when the time came, see what he did to the former chairman, step down. Let there be a chairman from the north so that he will want to run. But of course, the party, you see, it only shows that everything people do are not about party. It is about self-interest. Wike did his own, sustained the party because of his own personal desire and ambition. Atiku came, no, it is my turn. And what do they say? People say, it is the turn of the South. They say, no, Obasanjo was president for 8 years. When Yar'Adua came, he spent only 1 year. They said, Shebi is Nigeria. He said, what about Muhammadu Buhari? He said, no, he's from APC. He's from APC. He did not govern Nigeria. You understand? So that was the first problem PDP created for itself. Personal. So is that all of that? Is that in the interest of the party? No. So we're not talking about party now. It is I before others. How can your interest be above the corporate interest of the party? That is what happens.
Now, looking at the few years away to 2027 election now, these two supposed parties that should be mounting so much pressure on the ruling party, which is the APC, I'm talking about the PDP and the APC, are in crisis at the moment. Now, should Nigerians see them as serious parties? As we look towards because if they are not able to get themselves together at this moment when they are supposed to be mounting, we all know what the kind of pressure the APC mounted on the PDP before the tables turned in their favor.
You see, we do not have political parties.
What do we have then?
Special purpose vehicles to attain power.
Oh, special purpose vehicles.
Ambassador Yemi Fawounbi, a founding member of PDP, just a week ago, he told me here.
I was there.
You were here. That when they formed the PDP, it was simply to get the military out. when APC came together, was it not to get PDP out? When APC was formed, imagine Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a non-progressive, lying in bed with Muhammadu Buhari, an ultra-conservative, not just a conservative, an ultra-conservative. The only objective was power. When they formed PDP, the only objective was power. So that is the only objective. So you go to where you get power, or you are close to those who have power. Let me make it abundantly clear. In 1999, which party was the first to go down? It was AD now. It was AD. AD was the first party that was targeted for destruction. I will never forget that scene. When they were holding two congresses in Abuja. Even the governors, AD governors, they were split. Some went with Tinubu instigated some. You understand? And it was the governors that he instigated. Then that was the beginning of the end of Afenifere. That was a pillar. You understand? And then AD split. AD split. And what you have to do in Nigeria, in Africa, you decimate opposition. You understand? If it is looking somehow, you decimate opposition. PDP will remain in crisis. Wike will continue to fan the embers of discord in PDP.
Okay, come 2027, do you see Fubara contesting on the platform of the PDP for a re-election?
That is a solid platform for him. But where will he get the ticket from? Which structure will provide?
So definitely, if they are not giving him the ticket, is APP not is a special purpose vehicle?
APC was a special purpose vehicle just to get the local government seat. You understand? And from there, he will begin to chart his course towards 1 year is over already. So the local government chairmen are usually elected for a 3-year tenure. You understand? And if it's a 3-year tenure, it will even roll into the next administration. You understand? That in itself will create a legal entanglement for anybody if Fubara does not run, if Fubara does not win, and another person wins. Because it will roll into because we already have 5 months into the second year now. So if you have 3 years to that, it will roll into the administration, the next administration, and it will bring legal entanglement to whatever administration. You say you dissolve them. You cannot dissolve local government. If you dissolve local government, they are still in place. That's a constitutional breach in itself. You understand? So there's already a what do they call it? A time bomb. You know, that in itself is a time bomb that has been put in place against any machinations against Fubara, whether he wins or not.
And knowing that PDP has lost Edo.
Of course, PDP lost Edo. PDP lost Edo.
And we have Ondo election coming.
Ondo election, there's no formidable PDP. There's no, I don't even want you to use it. Ajayi has not been able to attract patronage, support.
As a result of?
His style.
Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with the crisis rocking the party at the national level.
No, politics is local. What is happening in Ondo is that Ajayi, PDP probably would have won with that senior advocate of Nigeria, but he went solo. You understand? When he left APC, he left Arakuni. When he did not get the PDP ticket, he would decamp to another party and distracted from what PDP will have gotten. He now has the ticket. Let him. He's on his own. Ajayi is on his own. You will see what will happen in Ondo State. He does not have the support even of the party.
Okay.
Everybody has gone to APC. Support Aiyedatiwa.
All right.
has gone.
Let's move away from politics now. Let's talk about the economy now. Nigeria's debt servicing soars to 6 trillion naira, says CBN report. That is Oyemi Kadoso saying that the debt we are servicing at the moment has increased to 6 trillion naira. Then you begin to ask questions. What are these loans being used for? Because we just get to see all these figures in the papers. We as Nigerians don't even know what these monies in quote were being expended on.
Because we are not sensitive people. And because we are not sensitive people, that's why we elected that kind of people. Look, why is the Senate?
We are not sensitive people.
We are not. We are it's either a combination of ignorance as
or our leaders are not being transparent with their actions.
You see, when you put leaders in office, you have to check them. You have to check them. You don't put somebody in office. Sovereignty, our sovereignty. When you go to put your fingerprint on a ballot paper, you are submitting your sovereignty. And we collectively submitted our sovereignty for somebody to represent us in a particular constituency, whether a federal constituency or a state constituency or a senatorial district. You submit your sovereignty. Are you going to submit your sovereignty? It's like giving your life and then you go to sleep. No, you're not supposed to do that. We must keep them on their toes. They are not at liberty to do whatever they like. That is the issue. They cannot be at liberty. Okay, I'm representing you. Should I not seek your opinion on some issues, or should people not say we are interested in this? This is what we want. You just go. How can people in the state assembly that we elected to represent us vote against autonomy of financial autonomy for the local government and financial autonomy for the state assemblies when the law came, constitutional amendment came? What kind of a people are we? What kind of a people are we? So much so, there was a constitutional amendment. It came to the assemblies for ratification. The assembly in Oyo State did not ratify it. And yes, where did you hear it from people? No.
And sadly, this debt servicing now, directly or indirectly, you and I pay out of it.
We are paying now. Shebi's are national. Why is this? Why is it as high as this exchange rate? Exchange rate. How much was it before? How could it be? It is the exchange rate now. And let me tell you, a barrel of crude oil has gone up to $78.
Yes. So probably we should expect
subsidy will either increase,
or we expect another hike.
Yes, subsidy will increase.
I saw that news somewhere last night, and that the price of crude
has hit 78. I don't know how much is it this morning.
As of yesterday, it was 78.
Yeah.
Dollar per barrel.
Yeah.
I know that will have a kind of effect.
It is subsidy.
So it's either the subsidy is increased, like you said, or we pay more.
Yeah.
So I don't want to break the news to Nigerians.
And there's no provision for subsidy.
Okay, now still talking about now that we've moved to the oil sector now, let's quickly take this. Experts decry low oil revenues to Federation. Seek review of PIA. Page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune has that story.
Low revenue.
Low revenues to low oil revenues to Federation.
Well, the law is the law. Those things were put together as law. We have to obey it as it is. If you want to review it, how many years did it take for that PIA to pass? It must have taken. We are in the 25th year now. It started in the negotiation started in the days of Obasanjo, and it took about 20 years or thereabout, or 22 years, 21 years before it was passed. So, of course, every nation is a work in progress. But they're talking about PIA. They're not talking about NNPCO. Because that's a different ball game. Yes, NNPCO is operating under PIA. But is even NNPC remitting? What is NNPC remitting? You understand? What is NNPC remitting currently? Because the last one they declared profit, 3 point something.
And that's what they're saying, that there's low revenue from oil revenue,
so
which will be coming from the NNPC.
NNPC said they made 3 point something, 2 point something billion dollars, and they said the federal government said they should use it to. So they are not remitting anything. In short.
All right. As we wrap up the program this morning, still from the dailies on Solutions 93.9 FM, there is this particular story saying that stop bringing ill-gotten money as offerings. Let me read the body of that. Okay, stop bringing ill-gotten fraudulent money as offerings, Pastor Mwaka tells church members. Let me read that. Lazarus Mwaka, the pastor of the Lord's Chosen Charismatic Ministries has issued a stern warning to his congregation and followers against bringing ill-gotten or fraudulent money as offerings and donations to the church. Mwaka delivered this message during a 2-day revival held at the ministry's headquarters in Ijesha, Lagos State. The event, he said this: bad money remains bad money and should not be used for offerings and donations in the church. Now, we've heard in many occasions that people will siphon money from different places, and they go to these churches and make huge donations. I don't want to mention names now. There was a particular which really trended some years back of a pastor, and what do you make out of this?
Well, you see, maybe men of God, whether Christian, Muslim, or whatever, even the church, they should be. We're spirit beings. That is the basic thing. We're spirit beings, and we should be sensitive. And even those who carry ill-gotten wealth, money you crimped from either a private company or the public space. You understand? And you take it to me, it's not nice though.
But some people will say that it is even this so-called clergies that encourage that, because if you are not a heavy donor, you are not recognized.
Well, you see, a few years back, we were holding a Sunday school review, as usual on Saturday. I just want to use this analogy.
Okay.
We were holding Sunday school review in church on a Saturday, and I was speaking to a pastor, and I said, "Why are people behaving? Are we not in church to worship and serve God?" The man said, the pastor told me, he said, "You are speaking for yourself." I said, "Why are we in church? Should be to worship and serve God." The man again said, "You are speaking to yourself for yourself." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "We have to ask other people why they are here in church." So, every individual is in church for people go to church for miracles, If there are no miracles occurring there, they move to the next church. Somebody kept asking me, say, "Why is it that we have first-timers in church every Sunday morning and the church is not overflowing yet?" 10 first-timers today, or 10 first service, maybe 20 second service, every Sunday, and the church auditorium is not overflowing with people yet. So what happens to those first-timers? They are first-timers, or as they are coming, some people are living, looking for miracles all over the place. You see, are people seeking God, or they are seeking miracles? That is the faith that I know of says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, others will follow." You see, the other things we are now seeking first, and then we put the kingdom of God.
But this is talking about bringing money. You're already made. Whether legal
if
or
it is
illegal.
ill-gotten, you should not be engaged in. If you are seeking the kingdom of God and its righteousness, will you be in possession of ill-gotten wealth? At least by the Christian creed, which says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all other things will follow." Will you be in possession of ill-gotten wealth? You will not be now. So,
Okay, comrade.
they say we are religious people,
Yeah, we are.
but not godly.
So there's a difference between being religious and being
Religion
godly.
is ritual. Religion is ritual now.
There is a clear difference.
Religion is ritual. We go to church on Sunday. Edide, Shami. That is religion.
We are religious people, but not.
We are not
that
godly. We are just religious. Religion is ritual. Religion is
Because if
ritual.
you are really godly, you wouldn't take ill-gotten wealth.
They wear cassock. You must wear tie.
And you
must read Bible. You must
and
sing.
you announce
That's
at the church that
religion.
you're donating so many millions.
Okay,
for
you are a director in a federal ministry, and you give tithe of 20 million. I mean, they know you are stealing now.
Comrade, I don't want us to go deep into that this morning. It's too early for the week to go into that. Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Ayodeji Ajisope, for being a part of the program this morning.
My pleasure, always.
Okay, we'll be again together tomorrow morning for a fresh edition of From the Dailies. My name is Ade Damola LAFFEY, wishing every one of us a very blessed day and a fruitful week ahead. Good morning once again.
I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break all the chains holding me. I wish I could say all the things that I should say. Say 'em loud, say 'em clear, for the whole wide world to hear. I wish I could share all the love that's in my heart. Remove all the bars that keep us apart. And I wish you could know how it feels to be me. Then you'd see and agree that every man should be free. I wish I could be like a bird in the sky. How sweet it would be if I found I could fly. Well, I'd soar to the sun and look down at the sea, and I'd sing 'cause I know how it feels to be free. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. I wish I could break
about information, education, and entertainment.
Maybe that's before now. Solutions 93.9 FM has raised the standard of radio broadcast to preferring solutions in all human angle. 93.9 FM. The remedy.
Yo, what's up?
Do not touch that dial. You know the radio you tune to, it's your remedy dial. 93.9 Solutions FM. Your number one remedy dial. What's
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
I can't seem to find the right event center for this party.
What's the problem? You sound so worried.
I've been searching for a venue that can handle both the formal ceremony and the casual after party. Nothing seems to fit both moods.
Have you heard of Aweni Arena Event Center?
Aweni Arena? What makes them so special?
They are the perfect blend of elegance and comfort. Their venue is versatile, has the perfect space, event managers, and security for every occasion. And they will work with you to create the perfect setting for every part of your event.
Wow, this is perfect. Aweni Arena really nailed it.
They did. Visit us at 116 Obafemi Awolowo Way, Iyanolibatu, Kado Ibadan, or call 0809-360-7888 or 0706-899-4970 to book your event today. Aweni Arena Event Center is where your event finds its perfect fit.
I hope say I know they forget anything, no. Because this market where I come so, I suppose buy everything where I need. Bread. No, I go buy that one near house.
Yay! Yale bread has come!
Yale bread, give me 5.
Give me 5. Wait, wait be this? Yale bread. Hey, the package are well. I wonder how we go they taste, Sha.
My sister, this bread now bang taste together. I do always buy Yale bread, especially Yale family bread. That one is perfect for my family, and it no cost at all.
In fact, now wonderment I did.
Yale bread. Now the bread where hands not the touch till it reach your table. Assurance they say, not correct bread where you dey shop. You fit find them anywhere.
And me, I like say the size of the Yale family bread, they always belle for me.
Yale family bread is sweet. Chicken money bread, we are not a touch. The bread for your family.
Yale bread. If you love amazing Nigerian movies, action, laugh out loud comedy skits, or gripping shows and series, serve yourself all the drama, passion, betrayal, action, and laughs on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. Enjoy over 10 hours of YouTube streaming for just 500 Naira and over 4 hours for 200 Naira. Dial *312*800# to activate now. YouTube, made for you.
There is a place full of comfort, so beautiful with serene environment. Good ambience for relaxation, complimentary breakfast, free internet service, and 24 hours electricity supply with maximum security guaranteed. No doubt about it. This is heaven on earth. This is Channel 8. Visit us at number 9 Babijo Street off Ladoke Akintola Street, Ikolaba, Bodija, Ibadan, Oyo State. Telephone 0909-5180-592 or 0802-3099-414. Email info@channel8.com.ng. Website www.channel8.com.ng. Channel 8 Premium Hotel. Hospitality redefined.
Upstand ẹ̀yin akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀ dìde bí lẹ́kítọ́rà bá ń bọ̀ gbogbo wa tètè máa ń sá gidigidi torí mi ò fẹ́ jẹ́gba lẹ́kítọ́rà lẹ́fù yẹn ti wá yàtọ̀ gbàgbà. Tọ́lá tún máa screen pé a máa rọ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ tá a dẹ̀ máa mẹ̀lẹ́mẹ̀ nínú kíláàsì wa ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ṣẹ́gun Tuesday aago 10 títí di aago 12 lálẹ́ gbogbo Ìbàdàn tún máa stand still fàájì extra ó ti dúró tán èyí yàtọ̀ stand out gbà fàájì extra ìkànnì Solutions 93.9 FM ilé àwẹ̀ ní Òkè Àdó Ìbàdàn lecturer wa Adébáyọ̀ tí a méjì tó ta sílẹ̀ ó tún ti ṣetán láti dì fún wa yàtọ̀ sí ti tẹ́lẹ̀ gbàmọ̀ràn nípele àkọ́kọ́ ìtàn ìtọ́nisọ́nà nípele kejì lálálálá tún tàn kálù torí bí wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ lórí ilẹ̀ níkànnì Solutions 93.9 FM náà tún gbọ́ jákèjádò ayélujára fàájì extra pẹ̀lú Adébáyọ̀ tí a méjì níbi tí ó ti máa kọ́ wa tán ìyẹn nínú kíláàsì wa aago 10 títí di aago 12 gbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́